What up, what up, what up? Another weekend in the books. Just thought I'd holler at y'all for a second. Topic is what really makes a relationship work. Because you got a lot of people saying communication, um, loyalty, honesty, whatever. I ain't going through the list because y'all didn't already heard the list. But what really makes a relationship work is people have to understand that what works for this person or that person might not work for this person or that person. Example, a man could play PlayStation, talk about sports every day, etc., and a woman still be happy with him. But then, if he was with another woman, that woman probably would have broke up with him because it doesn't work for her. It might work for the other woman, but it doesn't work for the other woman. So when people say that you're the problem or the relationship didn't work because of this or because of that, you can't say that because everybody's different. Some people might say cheating is why a relationship didn't work. But then again, like I said just a minute ago, you could have somebody who wants a relationship with other people where they sleep with other people and that works for them and they're happy. So all this nitpicking, everybody's different and every relationship is different. No matter how you look at it, you could say a guy that's mean, rude, or whatever. Some women like that. Not all women are going to be against that. Some women might actually hate the fact that you're too nice. Like, I can write a book on who likes this and who likes that. At the end of the day, you got to find somebody that works for you. That's why the saying is, you're good, but you're not for me. Because you might work for the next person, but you might not work for this person. The moral is, stop thinking that you got some secret code onto how to make a relationship work, because the ultimate way of making a relationship work will always depend on the two people in the relationship. It will never be just, this is how you make relationships work and this is why they fail. You can't say that because everybody's different. For most people, if someone cheats, they don't want them no more. The relationship's done. Then you got some people who they still happy with the person even if they did cheat. That's just the way it is. I'm just trying to get y'all out of that mindset that this is how you make a woman happy or how you make a man happy, and this ain't what you're supposed to do and all this and all that. Because it varies from person to person. It varies from person to person. What makes me happy might not make the next person happy. What makes me mad might not make the next man mad. That's just the way it is. That's why you got to get to know your partner. And ultimately, this is why there's nobody safe, because everything could be going smooth for 20 years, and then something happens that makes that person not want to fuck with you no more. Some type of argument, disagreement, something that doesn't work for them. There's no set way in stone. You can talk till you're blue in your face, make 20,000 billion videos on how to make your partner happy and what not to do in relationships, and it's not going to fucking matter. It could matter, but it really depends. It's not what you're doing or not doing. It's based on the person you're with. Some women might get away with not working, and the man be okay with it. And then for some men, that don't work for them. But who's to say that who's to say one guy is a simp because he doesn't want his woman to work, and the other guy is this masculine alpha because he makes his woman work? It all depends on what you want. So another thing, when people talk about looks, cars, status, body, and all this shit, it's the same thing. What works for the next person what is liked by the next person might not be liked by the next person. That's why y'all got to get out of this mindset that self-improving, you're going to get more women. You're not supposed to be self-improving for women. And if you're a female watching, you're not supposed to be self-improving for a man. If you got a man or a woman, you could do it for them, but you're supposed to do it for yourself. You're supposed to do it for yourself and kids and your kids. But if you're in a relationship, of course you're doing it for them too, but you should already be on that before you get in a relationship. So really you're still doing it for you. They just benefit from it. But that's all I got to say about that shit for now, y'all. Everybody's different. What works for me might not work for the next person. There's no one set way to make a relationship work because we are all different people. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. What made me and the ex break up might not make me and the next girl break up. That's just what it is. And then sometimes people get with somebody else and they seem happier and you start to blame yourself. And nah, man, it's just a better match, I guess. But keep in mind, it could come a time in a relationship where they disagree. And ultimately, that's how relationships end. People start to disagree and not see eye to eye no more for whatever reasons. Sometimes it could be this. I'm going to take it even deeper on y'all. Sometimes maybe they didn't care about you arguing with them all the time or cheating or something. But then they changed and they became a different person and started to see their worth and shit. And now they're not cool with that anymore. So to break it down, sometimes stuff that works for somebody in the beginning, it might not work for them later. And usually this happens because once a person snaps out of that Cinderella fantasy stage, they start to see the flaws, and the flaws start to matter in a person. While they're in that Cinderella stage, you overlook shit. Like, shit, this girl fine as hell, I don't give a fuck. She slammed my refrigerator door or whatever. But let it be years down the line, you tired of her. You're going to find every problem in the world, just like a woman will. It's good to talk about relationships and shit like that, why they go wrong and what can make them work. But ultimately, at the end of the day, it's always going to depend on the person. You could give me a blueprint book on how to make a woman happy, but if the woman I'm dealing with, if it doesn't work for the woman I'm dealing with, then it's not going to work. What good is the fucking book? What good is the 10-day rule and all this other shit? Yeah, it might make some man, like, I'm not going to give him sex for 10 months. Yeah, it might make some men respect you, but then some men might be like, fuck that, I'm gone. So it is what it is. And I don't mean that he's a bad person because he's gone. He's just not going to put up with it. Same thing with a woman. You know what I mean? You really can't judge a woman if she says she wants to go to a 5-star restaurant on a date. You don't got to do it if you don't want to. But who are you to tell her what she should set her standards for? Even if they are unrealistic, it doesn't matter. That's what she wants. Same thing as a man. Who are they to tell you that you got to settle for women with 5 kids or whatever? If you don't want that, you don't got to settle for that. It all depends on you. Who is somebody to tell you that you're wrong because you decide to be a stepdad? Or you're a simp because you decide to be a stepdad? Maybe that works for you. Maybe you can't have kids and you want to experience having a kid, so you decide to be a stepdad. Like, people got to get up out of this all be all type of thing when it comes to this shit. For one, the main reason why you got to get up out of that is because you're looking at everybody all the same. So you're not going to be able to get a true understanding of the person you're trying to get to know. You're not going to be able to get to really know them and know what they like and they don't like if you set on this all be all, women are all this and men are all that type thing. What works for this person probably won't work. It might, but it might not. Even there's no 2 identical things that's going to work for 2 women, basically. So if I have 2 women and you gave me a list of things and you say, this is what makes a woman happy, right? Even if 9 of them work for both of the women, there's probably going to be one thing that doesn't work for both of them. That's just a small example. Now we're talking about all kind of stuff in life, right? On a bigger scale, not that small scale. Put that shit on a bigger scale. It just what it is what it is. Again, I'm gonna go back to this and I'm done. You got a lot of men that could play PlayStation all day and talk about sports all day, and I know they got a girlfriend, right? And I ain't no way they giving that girlfriend all that time if you on Facebook all this time talking about football and all this shit. There's no way. It's impossible. So, but guess what? Their woman might be happy with them. Then you got women who might have a problem with that. Then you could say, well, you got to spend a lot more time with the woman. That's how you make a woman happy. There might be some women that don't want you to be up on them like that, and that's what makes them happy, having their space. Everybody's different. Everybody's different. We are all more alike than different, but everybody's different. You got to learn your partner. That's the only way to truly make a relationship work. If you think that everybody's the same and it's one clear-cut way to make a woman or man happy, it's not going to work. Eventually, it's not going to work because they're not all the same. We are all not the same, so it's not going to work. And the reason why it's not going to work because you're taking a blueprint of how to make a woman happy and you're applying it to this woman or that woman, and when she's not the same as every woman, or he's not the same as every woman. So you can't just say, this is how you make a man happy. Here's the blueprint. It might not work that way. It might be like, play hard to get with a man and he'll respect you. Some men might not like that. It's just so much that works for some men and don't work for others. Same thing with the females. That's it, y'all. I'm going to talk to y'all in the next one, man. The true way to make a relationship happy is to learn the person and figure out what works for them. Because again, some people say cheating or dealing with another person is a problem for them. Then you have some people who actually are cool with that. They actually are happy with each other and they still deal with other people. They allow each other to deal with other people and they're happy with each other. See what I'm saying? That's just one example. You know, some people might say don't argue a lot. Then there's people who get off on arguing. They actually like toxic shit. And it makes them happy for whatever reason. I don't know, but whatever, right? That's them. And you got people who don't like to argue. That's what makes them happy. It's all different for everybody, man. That's why it's hard for somebody to leave somebody and go to somebody else, especially right away, because what was working with that other person, it just doesn't really work with that other person 99.9% of the time. It just doesn't fit right. It doesn't feel right, you know. It's a whole different person. So, you know, and like I said, apply that shit to muscles, cars, and all this shit that everybody's telling y'all that this is how you get women and all. Every woman's not the same. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. And even if all women was the same, that don't mean that they're going to like it from you. You're not the only one with the muscles or the cars, or you're not the only one that can make a woman laugh or whatever the fuck. So, yeah, man, just remember that shit, man. It's all about what works to make that individual happy. Not necessarily what makes a woman happy or what makes a man happy, because they're all different. You have to learn your partner. That's the way you make it work. Period. Some dudes are playing PlayStation every day and talking about football every day and not really giving their girlfriend enough time. But some women are cool with that. You know, but that same guy be like, see, I got a girlfriend and you don't because something's wrong with you. Now, what if he was with a girl I was with? Let's say my girl broke up with me because I was playing PlayStation all the time and talking about sports, right? But his didn't. So he'll say, yeah, I got a girl because there's something wrong with you. You can't tell me nothing about relationships. I'm not single. He's not single because his girl's okay with it, with what he's doing. But my girl is different. My girl had a problem with it. You can apply that to anything that goes with relationships, social media, whatever. Everybody's not the same. You got to learn to partner. So all this, some people are only in relationships still because they got the right partner for their bullshit. Everybody has bullshit. Let's put it like that. Everybody has bullshit. But if you're with the wrong person, why do I see myself and not your life? I don't know. But you can't see me. I know that. Because I pretty much don't have nothing doing. So you got to look at this couch. I don't know. It is what it is. As long as you got the message, man. Shit, I'm done talking about the shit, man. You know, I don't really know what else to say, man. It's all different for everybody. So that's why I hate when people say, you know, I'm married and you're single, I'm better. Men don't usually say that, but women have a bad habit of saying this shit or thinking something's wrong with a certain guy because of this or that, you know. You know, some women, let's just say some women got cheated on and they still with the guy. Now, some women ain't gonna put up with that shit. But yet, this girl's still in a relationship with the guy. But she should be single if she was like the other girl that would have left. Now, you can flip that shit with men. Some men put up with a bunch of shit or let a woman cheat. But some men be like, shit, she cheated on me, I'm gone. This guy's still in a relationship. He didn't leave, but she cheated. It's still the same thing happened. Don't be so hard on yourselves about this relationship shit, man. That's why it's called the right person. To me, the right person is the person that basically fits you, like that can fit with your bullshit. Because everybody got some bullshit. Everybody got some baggage or whatever fuck you want to call it. You know what I mean? The right person is the right job for that. And vice versa. But keep in mind, what y'all got going on might work for years. But then people change. Maybe that friend that didn't lose his girlfriend and I lost mine because I was playing Madden and shit. Right? Let's just say this, hypothetically saying. Maybe 5 years from now, she got tired of him playing Madden. She doesn't think it's okay for a man to just play PlayStation and talk about sports every day online now. Now she just felt like, nah, fuck that. I see why women don't like this shit. I don't like it either. I think I'm going to divorce this dude. So this is how it go, man. There's no clear-cut way to make this shit work because everybody's different and ain't nobody safe. Because everybody changes. It might be 20 years from now, but the person changed. I'm not putting up with this shit no more with this dude. I used to be okay with arguing and shit, but fuck that. I deserve more than that. I'm done. You know what I mean? I'm a different woman now. I'm a stronger woman now. I ain't putting up with that shit. But y'all get the point, man. We all different. So as far as this, you know, the woman shit, do this to men, and that's how you get men stuck and make them wait for pussy and all that. Don't work with everybody, right? It just fucking doesn't. And the same thing with y'all men with the muscle, the cars, and all that. That don't work for everybody. And even if it did, you're not the only one with it. So therefore, she's still going to pick what works for her. Plain and simple. Plain and simple, man. Y'all have a blessed one, man. I'm out.